I'm still like a recovering lead guitarist, which is not fun because then I have to go back and figure out how I'm actually going to sing these parts over the guitar parts. And so far, it's all worked out fine, but it's a pain.
This song is pretty unique for us because the intro, we all just come in with a bang on the downbeat there. And we've never really done that. We were thinking back in the history of the songs that we've written together, and it's like it always starts in layers or it's a slow build up or something, but this one's just like...
Musically, this song, as I was writing it, was the moment I realized that this album was going to be a lot more rockin' and riffier than our first album was. And I've always wanted to set out and try my hand at something that Blind Guardian would do. This is like the safe way to rip off a band. You don't rip off like, I like those notes in that order, like I like those lyrics. But it's like, I like what he does with a wah pedal. I like that he doesn't actually go wah, wah, wah. I like that he's just sweeping it slowly as he plays lead sounds. And so that's how this lead, or the verse came about. I was just jamming and doing the slow wah sweep like Andre would do. It's a lot more bluesy though. Like he does cooler and more abstract stuff. Mine's just like really repetitive and bluesy sounding.
Nowhere, No One. It's like a sludge metal kind of vibe to it. And it seems like it would be really boring to play on the drums, but it's pretty fun. I can't really explain why. Just like the driving part of the drums.
So there's this really big drum fill at the end of the first verse. We remember laying it down in the studio. We all kind of thought it needed something to kind of pull you back in before the like heavier chorus. And Ben, tried a few things, and then he laid that one down, and we were all like looking at each other like, yep.
I think that's it. That was it.
I don't even remember the sticking or what I did exactly. I'm gonna have to listen to it probably like 30 times to be able to replicate it. No idea what I played.
So even though this song especially, and this album deals more with the guilt of human existence, this song was written from the perspective of characters. Originally they were fictional, and I was writing about their vices. And at a certain point when I couldn't empathize with them anymore, or I felt like I'd exhausted that, I would draw from people in real life that they reminded me of who had the same vices. Even though the vices are a bit hyperbolized in this song, the goal is for you to identify with at least one of them and recognize your weakness or your flaws. I feel like there's a theme of unity that comes from this song, in the sense that once you can see your own vices and you don't lie to yourself about them, I feel like you feel a new unity with the people around you, because suddenly when someone wrongs you, it's so much easier to forgive them, because you should think, I can see myself doing that. You make an appointment with someone and they forget, your first thought ought to be, that's something I would do.
Shake it off. The bass on the verse is a riff that is pretty classic way that Bo and I kind of co-write things. So he's got sort of ideas or a vision and tells me, write something like, I think something arpeggiated would be cool, or, he kind of has an idea and he kind of hums it for me. And then I put notes to it. In this particular time, I thought I had something pretty solid. And he's like, no, don't like it. And then I was like, okay. And then he told me like maybe change the octave or just tweaked a couple things. And then that's what we ended up going with.
The lyrics toward the end of this song are just kind of philosophical in nature and wondering if humanity is a legitimate transcendent cause to devote your time and energy into, because no matter how you look at it, our current understanding is that if the universe is able to exist until its natural end, it'll just slowly turn into a cold dead mist, and that like if we haven't somehow, I'm just gonna make up a word here, if we haven't somehow like cyberized our existence by then, and if we're still purely physical, that everything's gonna die in a cold dead mist. So even great causes, great global causes that we devote ourselves to now, I just have to wonder how much do they mean when everything's said and done.